let's talk about a young person, or could be any age, but they want to get involved in investing and they want to do multifamily. Where would they start?
You have to grab a mentor. There's no way that well, let me put it this way. It's a very slim chance that you can be a beginning investor in the apartment world and make it. You have to hook up with a mentor who has experience, who owns units, who has lots of equity, and who has relationships with debt. Here's why. If you're a newbie and you turn in an offer on, let's just say, a 30-unit listing that I have, I'm going to get no less than 10 offers on everything I do. It's just the nature of multifamily. It's not Beau Beery being amazing. That's just multifamily, right? If you're remotely good at what you do, you're going to get 10 offers on everything asset. And seven of those 10 are going to be buyers who own other assets, who I probably know, some of which I've probably transacted with, who already have debt set up, who have letters of recommendations from brokers and lenders. They have this stuff. And if you're turning in an offer and you own nothing else, and I already know that you own nothing else because if you're not in my database, you don't own it, right? It's going to be very hard to compete because I create basically a spreadsheet for my sellers that shows every offer that came in, everything about the offer, what the price was, price of unit, due diligence, closing, all that. And then I provide notes for my seller about all the different buyers. And if you put your seller hat on, why would you ever in a million years, even if you offered above asking price, choose someone who you don't know, who has no experience, who you don't know is going to show up to closing over someone who does? You wouldn't. Your offer price would have to be so insane above asking price to consider a newbie. And even then, I'm still going to want to interview you at depth, right? So the best thing you can do is team up with a mentor so that when you turn in an offer, you're saying, hey, me and so own XYZ LLC, and together we own 335 units, and together we've done 6 deals this year, and together we are going to be picking up another 1,000 units. That's what makes you competitive, and that's what gets you in the game.
Wow, that's interesting. I don't do that. My mother, I told you, my mother started, and she had, her mentor was her mother's sister was living with a Jewish man when we were Presbyterian, and he did real estate investments. And she lived with them for a year, and that shaped her whole future because what she learned at that dinner table changed her entire life. She did her first deal with no money down, but that was a long time ago. You can't, I don't know if you can do those no money down deals anymore, but that's where she learned it. Which
everything I just said is for the larger assets, right? Like anything over 10 units, that's the world you're in. If you're picking up duplexes, triplexes, quadruplexes, that's a residential agent world. And it's a less sophisticated owner. So the likelihood of you being able to connect directly with an owner and try to do a deal, it's more likely. But as you own 10, 20, 50, 150 unit assets, they know they can call a broker and get 15 offers in 2 weeks and bid up the price. Why wouldn't you hire that person, right? So the brokers are controlling the inventory. That's who you're going after.
Got it. Okay, let's see.
And brokers are going to qualify all buyers. That's my point of my story.
No, that was great. That was interesting.